All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another exciting daily Link to the Past randomizer race. An Ambrosia flavor today. I am LA. I'm joined by Mikon.
Hello, how are you? I hope you're
I'm
having a good afternoon. While I frantically try to get my tech issues fixed.
Oh, I believe that said the boots are in Thievestown, unless I'm mistaken. I caught just a glimpse of that.
All right, so that's not a bad place for the boots to be. Thievestown's typically a pretty early dungeon in randomizer seeds, so probably gonna if they end up getting Dark World access fairly early on, I could see a quick dip into that because that's typically a dungeon you're gonna fully clear in configuration.
That's very true. So, just 20 rupees an uncle. Guess this is standard since we are going through the escape sequence. You know, Ambrosia is a mode that I learned about today from you.
I've never even played it myself. I've never played it, so I hope I gave you the correct description.
Yeah, I have not heard of it, and I've not played it, but it seems interesting. I already have a story to start with, and that
Not bad.
is the, yeah.
Getting a quick bomb drop, too. The quick bomb and escape is nice. They won't have to kill any additional enemies for any additional bombs. Though, if they so choose, it might be a pretty good farm spot for early bombs. You know, just they can tackle Kakariko as well when they get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Did pick up some rupees, so even if they didn't have bombs, wouldn't be that big of an issue. Some of these sprites are pretty new to me.
Oh yeah,
not sure what they are.
We have 4 players here, don't we? We've got Frostbite here in the top left, playing as Plague Knight. Matt the Ogre in the bottom left, playing as Cat Boo, I think. It looks like a boo that is a cat. Professor Render is playing, I believe that's Cadence from Necrodancer, and Killer App is playing as the Soda Can Sprite, which is delicious right now. I will indulge right now, and sure.
That is a Soda Can Sprite. I thought it was like a slime with eyes.
Is it?
Kind of look that way. I don't know. You might be right.
You ever had a can of slime?
No, I haven't. I haven't had a can of Slurm, I'm afraid.
That's good. You know where that comes from.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just a kind of standard escape going on so far. Gotta come down here to rescue the princess, then taking her to the dark portions of escape. Then the real A Link to the Past begins. See some alternating strats here on the guard. Render deciding to use the 2-pot strat. It's slightly slower than using the sword, but it's much, much safer if you're low on hearts. It's definitely what you want to do, because that guy does do a wholehearted damage.
He is a big boy.
Alright, let's see if I fix this.
Alright, well, we're on the tail end of this escape sequence. No major problems so far.
Yeah, escape's just kind of escape, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard to find something to talk about.
The first 6 minutes is, you know, just going through this every time. Yo, I got picture again. Alright, I can see everything, including you.
Whoa.
Hello out there.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm sure it gets exhausting casting by ESP.
Yeah, I was just guessing that Professor decided
Just
to use
guessing.
2 pots. It was a lucky guess, I guess.
Nobody called you out on it, so it worked out.
Alright. Looks like Frostbite's going to be getting out here with a nice healthy 6 bombs. Not going to have to worry about hoping for any. There's 3 bomb spots in Kakariko Village, which is typically where people go right after this. In hopes of getting some quick early gear. And
Yeah.
Professor's
Bound to see
8.
something interesting.
Yeah. Professor's 8 bombs. You might not even have to worry about buying any. You can save that money just in case. Zora happens to be in the cards early on after South Shore or something.
Mm-hmm.
You keep that extra 50.
Alright. Speaking of Zora,
Ooh,
find them flippers.
yeah, not so bad. Be a nice extended, nice extended early game after checking out the South Shore stuff with the Moldorm Cave. Can just hop right in the drink. Keep on going.
Right in the drink, yep.
Right in the drink. Take
Right
a
in the
dive.
Sprite.
You think Killer App's Sprite is open?
No, see. It's closed. It has to be closed the entire game, and then when you get to Ganon, you open it. And that's how you beat him.
Oh, it's like when you shake up the can too much and open it and just
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
the celebration.
I missed the map check.
I think there were crystals at Desert and Hera and a pendant at Eastern, but I couldn't tell any specifics beyond.
Yep, that seems about right to me.
Green pendant Eastern, gotcha.
Oh, wow. Alright
Well,
then.
so much for bomb farming. Bush Crab giving a nice 8 bomb drop.
Ooh, there's some flutes.
And a blue potion on the Lumberjack ledge. You said the flute? There was a flute just hanging out in the...
Yep, it was a mushroom shaped like a flute.
Sweet.
So it's gonna
What
be
would that
very
sound like?
probably wet and squishy and
Oh,
not very
gross.
pleasant.
Don't play that.
Yeah. But that's gonna make our early game a lot more mobile, so gonna be able to save a little bit of time on all these overworld checks till we get the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The potion on Lumberjack's always a fun one. If you do not see any other bottles for a long time, and since we know where the boots are in Thieves Town, I mean, what if Sick Kid has something? Wouldn't that be funny?
If that is your only bottle to access Sick Kid for a required item, that's some pretty crummy luck. You're like almost guaranteed to get at least a couple bottles
Yeah.
before having to do that.
We did find the bow and the hammer in Kakariko. That's really nice.
Green Pendant Eastern looking a little more attractive.
Ever so slightly.
Alright, we got 5 more items over here in the well. It is Killer App's last bomb.
There's the mirror.
Not bad. Well, that was Matt's last bomb as well. But there's the 50 to buy some more if they so choose.
Yeah, there's
more 50s.
another 50. There's a 20.
Thing. Alright, no bombs from him. So they're gonna have to go buy some bombs. After activating the flute here, thankfully they both remembered to see if our top players also remembered to activate the flute. I've definitely done that a couple times. You get the flute so early, and you're just so into doing the rounds with Kakariko that you just completely forget to activate the flute while you're walking through.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get off that autopilot mindset.
You have to menu away from the bombs and then menu right back to them. Kind of like Frostbite's doing right now. It's like, we'll do that later.
Lots of heart pieces so far. Killer app's already up to 5.
Yeah, 5 is like the kind of like a minimum threshold of safety for me, I feel, because a lot of the enemies, especially when you like get in the dark world, they're gonna do 2 hearts of damage, and 5 is, you know, just enough to barely survive if you mess up too much. But yeah, 5's a nice good number to aim for early on. And then sometimes you have to go do Thieves Town with 3 hearts, but whatever.
Yep. Everybody's favorite blind fight, especially when you're starting out in Randomizer. Having to do low, low health, low defense blind.
Yeah, there's a lot of new people always ask about how to do blind because it seems to be a pretty big sticking point. It's definitely worthwhile to learn because Thieves Town, as we said earlier, is one of the more accessible and early dungeons that you'll like almost always have to do. Is that the ice rod?
That is an ice rod in the library.
Frostbite is going to take his loot and go straight up to Hera right now in East Death Mountain.
His loot?
His loot is, yeah, that he...
That's the wrong instrument.
No, not flute.
Yeah, you said loot.
L-O-O-T. Not L-U-T.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I thought you meant loot as an L-U-T-E. Like, no, that's the wrong instrument.
No, that would be Professor Render, since they are playing as Cadence right now.
There's a mushroom at the bottom of the lake.
It's a pretty quick turn-in with the flute as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Might opt to hold on to it for now.
Here's the rest of our pendants and crystals. We have... wow. Palace of Darkness and Thieves Town as our pendants. Which really kind of figures because we have the bow and the hammer to do pod right now. And we have the boots in Thieves Town. So those are like 2 dungeons you just really want to go into right now. And of course they are the pins today.
Yep, might be... well, I hate to call it so early, but
oh no,
Killer
don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but we all know what Killer App's file names. I'm just saying.
We did also see the red crystals at Misery Mire and Ice Palace, so I'm not going to be thinking about those for quite a while until we find the mitts at the very least.
Yeah, it's still quite a ways away from you being able to set foot in those dungeons.
Alright, now that we're actually in a dungeon, one of the special things about the Ambrosia seed is that the bosses of dungeons always have one of the items in the dungeon. So Hera only having 2 items in it. Once you find one of the items, you know Moldorm guaranteed has the other one. So it becomes a little... I don't know, it feels like it's a little harder just to dip dungeons, right? Because they have less items if you're, you know, just dipping them slightly and not going to the top.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you find all the other items in the dungeon, you can skip all the other chests.
Oh, for sure.
Since you always know the boss has one. Ooh, Matt taking a unfortunate beetle bump. Somewhere along the line, Killer App found the Moon Pearl in the waterfall chest. One of the 2.
Alright.
So the slipper is paying off.
Here we go. Frostbite gonna be the first player to fight a boss, which is going to have at least some item.
Everybody's favorite boss, Moldorm.
At least with the hammer, it ain't so bad. But very quickly dispatches Moldorm. The hammer doing the perfect amount of damage to not trigger the speedy phase. Yeah, mirror shield.
14-minute mirror shield. This is where this item truly shines, Mikon. At 15
I feel like
minutes.
it shines all the time.
Well,
Only if there's light.
Only if there's light. And it's not, I guess, dirty. You gotta
that's
keep it
true.
clean.
If you dig it up, hey, Killer App following up with that mushroom to find the Master Sword over at the Witch's Hut. Not bad.
Yeah, not a super important upgrade since we do have the hammer, but you know, that might be important if we find, say, the book somewhere.
Frostbite did just discover half magic up on the island. I think that's close enough, and they already have the mirror, that once they gain access to Hookshot Cave, they might just end up grabbing that anyway. I feel like that's a close enough place to go grab that.
Yeah, half magic just makes everything a lot easier, so...
Maybe depending
Definitely
on where I am at the seat of the time. Like if I'm on Gold Sword and about to clear Turtle Rock for my last crystal, I might skip out on that.
Yeah, especially if you have like a potion still or something. Whoa, triple bomb. That went very well.
Dude, Paradox Cave had nothing. There was nothing here.
Yeah, it's got hearts. Up to a nice lucky 7. That's the optimal number for randomizer.
Yeah. If you find any more, your luck is over.
Yeah, exactly.
Professor barely dodging those fireballs. Alright, Spiral Cave's the last thing we have up here, but it was fairly dry. Hera didn't have anything. Other than the half magic we saw, there wasn't really too much to the place, you know. Eastern Palace area is looking a little more attractive right now. I guess a lot, because there's still like 6 items over there we haven't seen. Yes, indeed, Mirror Shield does nothing.
It's not nothing.
I don't know if I like these sword and spinny strats Render's doing. We're getting the fast face on Moldorm, but it doesn't seem to be any concern. It takes him out just as swiftly.
Alright then, where we head? Frostbite?
Yeah, Eastern Palace makes a whole lot of sense. Got the 3 free in Sahasrahla, and if you want to tackle Eastern Palace first, you can grab the green pendant. No fire source, but I don't feel like that should be too much of a deterrent right now. I don't know. I might check out Sahasrahla first just to see if there's something in there that would cause me to not decide to do Eastern right now, because it is a pendant.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, it's basically on the way anyway.
Without a glove,
really
the routing is a little weird because you can't just walk up straight from 5. If there's a glove back here, that'll be pretty great. Powder is not great because that's...
Well, I mean, that's accessible. We can do that.
You can go do that, but then you'll have to fly back if you want to try to avoid Eastern Palace. But I think Frostbite is just going to end up dipping Eastern right now. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, at your next save and quit, you can go straight to bed anyway, so might as well save. If you're going to check this out anyway.
Alright, Killer App into Moldorm. Got that hammer ready. Ooh. Shoutouts to Killer App for being the best 2v2 multi-world partner I had during the last GDQ. Takes on Moldorm, no problem. This Frostbite will be the first player to enter Eastern Palace. See what goodies we have here. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice big key.
Big key. The favorite goodie. I mean, that's nice. I mean, you can get the big chest first time through.
Yeah, I guess when you know Armos has an item, it might be a little easier to make the decisions that dungeons like this might make you do. Like, do I want to walk all the way down here for one item that might not be there? Uh-oh. Well, Unless these last two chests have items, we're still gonna be going through that chest anyway. Matt will be grabbing the mushroom. We'll see how quickly they decide to go turn that in for that sweet, sweet sword.
Yeah. The fetch quest items are always kind of interesting to see what people do. Some people will, as soon as they get it, turn it in immediately. And others will just sit on it until it's the last thing that they have to do.
Frostbite in that Stalfos room tried to use the bow. The bow is really... I find it really hard to hit those skeletons with just the bow. I'll typically use sword beams when I can. But the bow itself is pretty hard to hit them with. Okay, so the big chest did have... Yeah, they did find both items, so almost guaranteed that's the last item. They don't have to loop around to the big key chest right here. Searching for that Armos. I think he's got an arrow stuck in him.
This is always tricky.
It is. When you can't see, the screen can get sour pretty quickly. Thankfully, you have enough health right here to get through it.
Yeah, even when they become active, until they're actually active, they don't take damage from the bow. So you'll be like, oh, I gotta get closer. And you'll step closer and try and fire again, and then all of a sudden it bumps you. And then once it's attacking you, it's over. You just have to reset the room at that point.
Where did I go? Where's the enemy? I don't know where he ends up parking after running into me. I find it useful to stick an arrow into the inactive Igors before they start moving to... Because the arrow will, the arrow sprite will still be in them as they're moving around. Killer App is taking a jaunt down here. Did we find the shovel?
We did, yes.
Yeah, digging time. Down goes the Armos, and Easter Pals has nothing. Except the green pennant.
Well, that could still be something. That's bombs too.
Alright. So we're looking at what? Green pennant, Zora, Agina? Is that about all we have left?
I think so. Oh, Matt found the lamp somewhere.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I guess that's going to be our Dark World access unless we get really lucky.
Oh, Agina has the lamp. You checked Agina. Sweet, okay.
Alright. So
we're looking at going through Agina.
Aghanim.
I bet everyone's going to grab that Master Sword pretty soon then.
There's the red boomerang in the Ice Rod Cave.
I did notice that Professor Render did kind of go out of their way to grab that blue boomerang in the race game. Oh yeah, we had the powder too. That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, that's a toughie. Do you farm the rupees with no glove, or do you just do Aghanim?
I would not farm the rupees with no glove at all. That sounds awful. Kirap will be the first player to check the powder. Maybe if they get like a bailout 300, they might go check Zora before. What's it gonna be?
Fuck. Alright, back up the mountain.
Yeah, all the way up the mountain, or probably Desert Palace coming up. But man, that figures.
Yeah, Desert's a little weird since we know the boots are in Thieves Town. It is entirely possible that the game intends for you to go through Aghanim to get the boots to be able to clear Desert.
Oh yeah.
But,
it's a very likely scenario. Killer App's gonna go check out the stuff, probably trying to just avoid Aghanim as long as possible, I guess. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do when you're just one item away, and it's the glove. So right, there's two of them. Portal's still up there on Spectacle Rock waiting for him. Okay.
All right, drum roll, please.
Well, maybe everyone won't get the sword. Well, no, does everyone already have it? Oh, Matt's grabbing it right now. I think he's the last one. That's pretty good. Oh no, Rinder didn't actually turn the mushroom in quite yet. I see. That's pretty funny though.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Killer App's gonna get the lamp here, and he's gonna confirm. Well, all right. I guess I'll go do Agam. But maybe I'll go do Desert first. Yeah.
I mean, that's a risky call, my friend. Considering this is Ambrosia, there's one item that's not the boss.
Maybe you can finish it without the boots. Who knows?
Well, we don't have a glove either.
Killer App, he decided there. He pulled up the save and quit menu and was
Killer
ready
App
to save and quit back to Link's house. To
really
do
does not like Aghanim.
Instead, he's just gonna walk out and go to Desert. I think, yeah. Matt too will be getting the unfortunate decision here shortly. As Professor Ren and Frostbite are kind of racing each other here. They're just I feel like they're both like almost equal on checks. They're just picking two different ways at once.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well, maybe this will pay off.
Desert Palace time.
I wonder if Killer App will head straight to the torch room. Nah, this is close enough to check, I guess, even if it's nothing.
Yeah, well,
Okay, well, we're heading that way anyway.
yeah. Gonna take a quick look over here. Is the item? Nope. Really just looking for one item. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we can clear the dungeon now, right? Because we have the lamp too.
Can we? Can we, though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, we don't have the glove.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to give you like some rope to save yourself with, but it's okay.
It's okay. If they find the myths, they can just mirror past the barriers.
It's exactly.
And they don't have to worry about it.
Alright, well, this was the most annoying layout of Desert that was possible.
Oh my gosh.
This is actually the worst
Can't wait
possible
for the 3
layout.
bombs. It's the club! Dude, I love video games. This is great. He left. He was gone. He didn't want to deal with Moldorm right now. Or not Moldorm, Lamola. He was like, well, no, screw this. Might be regretting the decision now. Well, okay. First things first. Yeah. Going to Thieves Town to find those boots. That is the order of the day right now. That's way too funny. It's gonna take the small detour to check out the pedestal here. Funnily enough, we actually have the ability to clear all of the pendant dungeons right now, so this actually is a pretty good time to check.
Yeah, that's the way I was trying to say earlier, be like, don't say it. Yeah, nothing. Well, that's a relief. Well, it's a relief now. It might end up not being as much of a relief later, if we have to do all those anyway.
Yeah, I would much rather have something on the pedestal than search for it not knowing where it is.
It's like, something on the pedestal, it's alright. We'll just get these out of the way, and I can check them while I'm there, but there's nothing on the pedestal.
Yeah. Matt will be... Oh, grabbing that emergency 50 rupees, just in case Zora happens to be coming by soon. Matt will be defeating Lamola for the last item in Desert that Killer App skipped out on right now. Let's see if this. Yeah, I mean, got to do it anyway. Why not?
Yeah, and Master Sword, that's totally reasonable. You can use
It's-
Hammer if you really want
Yeah,
to.
it's okay. It's good enough. Killer App gonna be poking his head into Skull Woods first, just to see if we can find the single item here that we have access to. Oh, Frostbite down to 1 heart, climbing the mountain.
Alright, well, everybody was throwing boulders. Running and hiding.
Oh, maybe that heart piece will be his 4th. And just,
Maybe.
this is a situation where I would definitely just grab a heart piece. I guess they don't really get more free than that. The boots are in Thieves Town, Uncle has told us. Yo, it was his 4th heart. Perfect.
Wow.
Surrender on to the armless fight. It's plenty of arrows. This Matt fights Lamola with those Master Sword spins. Oh, and Armless got away.
I was trying to use the bow there for a bit. It's really hard to hit them with the arrows, though.
Yeah, it is. Lamola is like in the NMG speedrun when you're fighting Lamolas with only the bow. It's crazy, like how much you have to practice this to be proficient enough, I guess.
Yeah, because you have to time it to where the arrows like hit them as they're coming out, or you just have to get lucky and 300 rupees.
Yeah, machine gunning arrows into them is pretty difficult. Another 300 rupees on the Sea House there on the upside.
Well,
So
that's sore money.
Yeah, no more money problems. Should be just fine.
Alright. Killer App's heading into Thieves Town. We'll see what those boots are. Can't imagine they're on blind because he does not have feet, but you never know. He does have hands, and you can wear boots in your hands.
Who are we to say you can't? So item number 1. More money. I think if they're on blind, that's fine because that's an item you're gonna get. You really want it, and you don't want to have to decide to finish Pin at Thieves Town or not. You want a reason to do it, and if boots on blind is the reason, I think that's acceptable.
That's true. On the other hand, if it's not on blind and blind actually does have something, then you might opt to dip out of Thieves Town before you get blindsided.
Well, they do appear to be in the second half of the dungeon. Killer App has found 2 items here in the first 4 chests.
Matt going to be throwing away his hard-earned money here shortly.
Oh yeah, I guess the red cane was in Skull Woods, was the one free item that Killer App grabbed up there. Not bad.
Just 50 rupees.
Alright. Matt and Frostbite now also have their gloves. Matt gonna be hopping into the Dark World here in just a moment. An eye on the prize of those boots. I love that the boot hint affects routing so heavily. Like, even if they're in a spot that wouldn't be as convenient, you're just gonna want to go grab them.
Yeah,
It just makes the game
generally.
so fun. Why? When is boots start the default random setting? Come on. Oh, hey, okay, so the boots are on blind, but the tempered sword is pretty great too.
That is not a bad item. It's not going to be useful for the blind fight specifically, but it's going to be useful for basically everything else.
That is just great. Definitely worth coming in here for more than just the boots. That's perfect.
Ooh. Now we do have the powder, so Killer App can Get some health back here, but you gotta be careful coming through here with the green mail.
Yeah. I think all the enemies here do 2 hearts. There's a couple hearts in the jail cell and an anti-fairy under one of the pots there. So it should be okay as long as you can avoid getting hit in this jail cell.
Yeah, don't get sniped. That's the deal. That's the game.
Yeah, and he very quickly took out the snipe master guy down there.
Yeah, you
More often than yeah, he wedges himself like right between the jail cell and just like shoots up through the bars over and over again.
He will chase you down. All right.
Okay, so Matt decided to check the chest game before going into Thieves Town. And there's another sword there. So that's pretty early for having access to all 4 swords. Jeez.
We'll be able to max out our swords and our shields.
Oh man.
Our clothes are going to be dragging behind, unfortunately.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Lurker stance, let's go. Blind kind of getting away from Killer App, but finishes it up not too shortly after. And there are other along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I mean, how much you think that's okay is going to depend on what your set of preferences are. If you're not a fan of Sprite, then you're really hoping to find a male upgrade sometime soon.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta upgrade to, I think, what's the level 2? It's Pepsi,
That
right?
would be Pepsi, yeah. And then level 3 would be Coca-Cola.
Isn't Pepsi really just watered down Coke?
Well, speaking... I feel awkward to answer that question now that we have Pepsi in the game. I don't want to be rude, so...
Oh yeah, he's
I'm just
listening.
gonna...
Killer App not forgetting to grab the ice rod right here in the library.
Yeah, we will be needing that. Maybe not now, but later. And, you know... You want your Pepsi to be cold, so...
Oh, that's true. Wow, that's great. It's like, yeah, it's self-cooling.
Yeah.
When you have the ice rod. As long as you have Killer App remembering that he didn't check the chest game. Coming back for it. Gonna get a nice chuckle out of this, I'm sure. Frostbite, despite knowing where the boots are, is instead going to go over to Palace of Darkness first.
Did you say House of Darkness?
The House of Darkness.
Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode.
This may be a long shot in... I'm going to have all the pendants, and I can pull the pedestal over there the first time.
And that's quite the risk to take.
It's quite the risk.
The boots are over there anyway.
Yes, that's my thinking too. And you had the flute to get back over to Kakariko really quickly. But yeah, just knowing where the boots are, I think that it would be very worthwhile to go grab those before coming to do this. But it's fine.
And I guess it is also possible that since we know the boots are in Thieves Town, generally people are going to go there as soon as possible. So checking out Pod instead might give you some edge, maybe? Depending on the way the items lay out. It's a real gamble, for sure.
With access to the flute and, you know, being able to just enter the Dark World pretty much wherever, I can't imagine anything would save that much time. Unless it's like the Mitts. If the Mitts are here to open up some extra routing opportunities over in Kakariko, that might be worthwhile.
Yeah, or if the items over there somehow lead you to a different, you know, like they lead you a different way, looking for something that might be in Pod. It's really... It's interesting, though. I like it when people use different routing. Makes these races a lot more interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, another heart on the graveyard ledge. This professor finds out pedestal's nothing. Really upset about it.
Leaves. That's a second bomb, right? That's at least 2. Oh, there's another one.
There's another one for you. For the animal friends, I guess.
Oh no, don't do that. They didn't have any say in this.
Well, as far as we know, yeah.
Killer App's kind of taken the north loop of the Dark World and might just be looping all the way around to Catfish, and I was going to mirror and check Zora, and then might just go to Pod right after that.
Maybe. Seems possible.
Seems possible. That's kind of a stretch.
Yeah. Oh my god. I guess the reason they probably chose this route is because we did get that cape early. So you want to check Bummer Cave just in case, and not naturally too long this route.
Yeah, that's possible too. I do like the just going down south anyway, but especially with the mirror, you can also check the South Grove down there. But meh, who knows? They're both good. With the myths, you could you could route the purple chest in with all that as well. So there's merits to either way here.
There's our first actual bottle.
Whoa!
There's the myths.
Catfish having the myths, so we know we're not gonna find them here in Pod.
Well, there's still a fair few number of items we need, so something could be in Pod. Oh, we need a medallion at least. Still need that fire rod.
Fire rod and hook shot as well. Alright, this is the last early game location that we ended up skipping here with Zora. Yeah,
it's nothing. Matt did check that earlier, unfortunately.
And that sick kid bottle is not anything here. Alright, well, Pod seems pretty empty. Just Helmosaur left. Frostbite's gonna make the big old gambler heading down there.
Well, they came this far. You might as well finish the dungeon.
Killer App gonna be cashing in those myths immediately. Gonna be checking out Meyer. The medallion would be Ether, and can very quickly finish up Desert after checking all this as well.
That's true. So they're less punished for leaving earlier because they found the myths.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Well, Ether right there next door he's gonna go right in. We're gonna do a full clear of Meyer suddenly.
Alright then. That worked out very nicely.
Now with this being Ambrosia, Meyer known for being kind of, I don't know, spacious. There's a lot of area there to cover when you're only looking for 2 items. Yeah, it's big. Full of nothing because there's only 2 items. So we're only looking for 1 item because we know that boss Vitreous does have the other one.
I think that's probably one of the bigger benefits of Ambrosia is this dungeon being a lot less of a pain in the butt. See, that's the term I would use. I wouldn't use spacious. I use
pain in the butt.
Meyer can be the biggest pain in the butt, or it can be just really fast. Depends on how lucky you are.
Alright, Frostbite on to Helmosaur. I'm gonna be knocking that mask off with the hammer. Oh, Killer App finds a bottle in the first chest, so
yeah.
Now we're just
we
looking
need
for
the
that
big
big
key.
Yeah. Alright,
Alright.
Frostbite.
Did this pay off?
Did this pay off? Everyone's on the edge of their chairs. their seats or whatever. Maybe they're standing. It's nothing. There's nothing in bottom.
Oh no. Wow. That's rando for you.
No, killer app. You gotta hit a switch.
Oh. Sadly, that can of Pepsi is just too wide to go through the switch bars.
Still looking for that big key in Meyer. Yeah, none of our pendant dungeons really had anything. There was a sword in the boots in Town, but we've already confirmed the boots weren't required for... Oh, I mean, for the ice rod. You needed it for the ice rod. Never mind. Okay, so you definitely need to get those, but that was about it. Eastern Palace and Pod have nothing. Isn't that typical?
That sounds about right to me.
Meanwhile, Matt, speaking of weird plays, Matt is going into Swamp Palace right now without the hook shot.
Well, that's interesting. Imagine the hookshot being here. Right here. Right here, right now.
There it was. Killer app. When you don't have the fire rod, just it really enforces how long it takes to do it.
Yeah, it takes quite a while.
I guess we have to find the big key of Meyer. It really doesn't matter if you can skip one item, or if you're only looking for one item.
I mean, the worst case scenario, you can skip the big chest and that's it. And I guess the chest by the big chest.
Right, Matt getting to the second, I guess, easy chest in the swamp without the hook shot, because the last two are quite far away. Oh, well, okay, hold on.
Alright, well, there's the big key. There's $300.
Wow. Are you sure rupees and dollars are equivalent?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if they were, I would be going and digging up all the bushes in my apartment complex right now.
You actually have to slice them. If you dig them up, they don't drop anything.
Yeah.
So you have to invest in...
I think somebody would get called for that.
I mean, what else can destroy bushes? Bombs? You can just bomb the bushes.
The bushes? I don't think fireworks does it. If you shoot a firework shot at a bush, it does not work.
No. That's probably good, though.
It's probably good.
Alright, Killer App. Pulling out the cape on to Vitria. Cape not going to let him be invincible for too long, but it'll be long enough with the gold sword. Oh, look, they're dead.
Yeah.
Saving on those arrows, just swinging around like a look at him go. I love the swing animation for the sprite can because there isn't one. The sword just kind of appears in an.
Alright, well that is Meyer done with what next?
It'd be desert next.
This is tough. Yeah, desert, that makes total sense.
We're not looking at Ice Palace yet.
That might be on the right track.
We're not looking at Ice Palace quite yet, but East Death Mountain doesn't look great either without a hook shot. There's only 2 items, so I guess 3 with the boots that you can grab over there. The Turtle Rock information might be good, and I guess you might even be able to go in there if you're lucky enough.
Yeah.
Did Matt find anything in
Well-
that last chest? Well, it
Let's
wasn't the
hope
hook shot
it's-
because he was leaving.
Yeah. Now, what else is there? There's with these mitts, there's the blacksmith and the purple chest, I guess, and the hammer pegs.
Oh yeah, you can loop down the purple chest and I don't. Did anyone end up checking the Bonos tablet? I don't even remember.
Yeah, Matt checked it. It was
Okay.
just nothing.
Frostbite doing really good on the first two phases of blind. Kind of messes up the last one just slightly, but not enough to impact the fight. Grabs those bouncy boots.
Matt,
I would assume.
unfortunately-
Oh yeah, Pod. That is unfortunate.
that is unfortunate.
Pod as a whole is unfortunate.
It's a lot of items, but none of them are gonna help you in
Yeah.
this particular seed.
That's alright, because Render is right behind them. This Killer App is kind of running away with this one so far in terms of going the correct places. Does now have 3 crystals under his belt. And I think with the nice net. With the pot avoidance, I don't think Killer App's gonna go there before checking out the blacksmith stuff. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's doing that right now.
Well, that'll work out nicely. As pod is very empty. Now, if there is nothing down here, do you think they'll go to pod before checking Dark World Death Mountain?
Ooh, that's... I don't know, dude. The pennant avoidance is it's a real thing. It really is. They just kind of repel you. They just repel you. No, I ain't doing that. There's no way. Killer App digging in straight lines. I can't believe this. Why doesn't anyone like wiggle up and down?
I know people just like spin the D-pad and press the button.
It's objectively faster.
Close your eye.
just close your eyes and why don't you charge your shovel attack and spin around?
And then 30 seconds later, when you open your eyes, you realize you've been hitting like the same 2 spots
Oh no! I
the
think
entire time.
it tinks, doesn't it?
It does
like,
take.
yeah, you'd be able to tell pretty quick, I think. Alright, Crap coming up with the new information as everyone else just kind of retraces the steps as the others. Oh yeah, okay, that is what I knew. That's what Frostbite was doing. He really wanted to pull the pedestal.
Enjoy your $20.
Oh yeah.
$5. Alright, well. Now we put all our hopes on this purple chest to be something.
You know, I'm pretty sure Killer App will end up going to East Death Mountain before Pod. Well, okay, hold on. Let me amend that statement. Without the hook shot, it might be kind of weird. That's an extra long haul you got to do to get over there.
It's quite the journey. Especially, I think he went back up there to check the tablet already. So that's just a little less incentive to
Yeah.
go back up there and all that way.
I would agree with that.
Well, now we find out. I mean, really, you have the boots, you have the mirror. I mean, why wouldn't you head to a Palace of Darkness? It's got 5 items, Mikan. Or is it 6?
5 items.
Well, if it has 6, then it definitely has 5, so I'm ready either way.
No, it's 5. You're right. Such a weird routing. Collab ended up not checking out these 2 items right here.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if Killer App will go into Swamp instead.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. I'm not sure. Yo, Matt had a really good Turtles room right there. That was pretty...
Just a lot of nothing.
Alright, on to Helmasaur. Woo! I gotta give credit to the people who decide not to hold your sword out to do this fight. It's harder, and you risk running into them, but it is faster. That is true. Alright, Rinder extending the toucan's nose wherever it goes. Killer App is going to make that decision. Right now, this looks like Swamp if you're going back in here. Oh, wait, he hasn't been a hype cave yet, has he?
I would assume not.
That's what the bombs tell me.
Well, we'll see what they end up doing. I could definitely see Killer App falling into the same trap as everybody else did. You gotta be real spicy to head up to Death Mountain, go all that way. But I mean, we've seen stranger things happen in this race so far.
Matt, after finishing pod and getting nothing, deciding to go into Eastern Palace to again find nothing. Oh no. Dude, it makes total sense to do it too. I can't. It's not like it's a bad call to do this at all. It's just
yeah, this is
the
perfectly
items
logical.
falling. Yeah. Killer App is going up instead of down.
Are they going to pod?
This looks like a run to pod right now.
Yeah. If they haven't been in Eastern as well, then they can just combo that. So. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's just the way the seed works out. And the fact that all 4 players ended up doing it makes a lot of sense. It does seem like the good statistical decision.
Well, strap in, folks. We're gonna be here a while without any new information. We need to do something in the meantime.
Yeah, we need to find something to talk about, Mikan.
Well, how you feeling out there? Everyone having a good day, I hope.
Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah.
Staying inside, enjoying some Zelda. Just chilling out. Lots of craziness going on.
Anyone got some fun Zelda trivia?
No, 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 no.
Yo, Malay, I've got a Zelda trivia question for you.
Okay, what?
Your time limit is until chat replies because they're gonna be playing too.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just gonna make up dumb stuff.
All right.
No, but it's gonna be correct. Do you know the first Zelda game where you could actually play as Zelda?
Are we gonna count Super Smash Brothers? Is
that
that a
your
Zelda
answer?
game?
Oh,
Sure.
no, you're
Oh,
wrong.
right, the CDI games. I
It
played
actually
that.
was.
Do
Red
those
Armor
count
had
as
that.
Zelda games? Are you
Oh, of
guys
course
really?
they do.
No, 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 no.
What do you mean that doesn't count?
No, no, no,
That's
no.
unbelievable. Of course that counts.
It's like saying that water is oxygen because it has oxygen molecules in it. It's not.
I think that's a fair assessment.
People. You'd rather be technically right than
I don't see.
anything else.
Okay, I don't see how that's. I don't feel like you need to make that distinction.
My answer was right, alright. Super Smash Brothers is my favorite Zelda game. I'm not afraid to say it. Oh, have we seen the pyramid yet?
The pyramid?
Please save us. No.
Nope, it's Red Rupee. All right. We'll go to an easy one. So, have you played Ocarina of Time, right? Or should I
Yes.
ask it? Have you?
Yes, I have.
You know the sages' names. The Rudo, Naboo, Darunia, all them.
I know their names. I know the names of like 2 or 3.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. They got their names from a different Zelda game. What were they in that other Zelda game?
Can I use a lifeline?
Yeah.
I'd like to phone a friend.
All right. Hold on. We gotta get. Is one of our trackers in voice? Oh, Red Armor's already typing in chat. Yo, Red Armor, come in. Can you help us here?
2, they were towns. Okay. Zelda 2, they were towns. Final answer.
Okay,
Is that right?
you got it. I was actually hoping you would join voice and speak
It's
to it
alright.
because we were calling. You know what? Hey, look, Caleb Crab's going to Eastern Palace, and everyone else is, gosh, Frostbite and Swamp without the hook shot. Man, everyone is so wrong right now.
They're so wrong. Why can't they just go up to Death Mountain without the hookshot and take the long way around for the like 2 item checks and the 1 out of 3 on Turtle Rock? If I were
Yeah.
racing, this would be the first thing I did.
Yeah, we can potentially get pretty far in Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod if the keys line up properly, but that's a hard gamble to make. I gotta think of another stupid question. We still
Oh
might
my
be here for a while.
I wish I were watching more stupid shows on Amazon Prime. 'Cause,
I want to know what everyone's been up to lately. Is that what you've been doing? You've been watching stupid shows on Amazon Prime?
no, if I were, I would bring one up right now so you don't ask me more Zelda trivia. The only thing I've been watching is this Three Kingdoms drama. That's really good. I've watched it
Oh,
like
yeah?
5 times now.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, Professor Rinder is actually going to be finding the Cane of Samaria here, and maybe that will give them a push to go up to the mountains sooner rather than later. I don't know. I feel like it's already later already, so I'm not sure.
Did anybody check Spike Cave?
Spike Cave.
The cave with the spikes.
Yeah, with the spikes. I think that's what it is.
I think there's at least like 5 spikes in there.
Okay, there's at least 20 spikes in there.
Because I think that's been accessible for a little while.
Oh yeah, Joe DiMaggio, he played Titus, didn't he? Or Titus.
Titus.
Well, one of them's the mascot for the video game company that makes really awful video games.
I think they're both Titus.
They say his name in Kingdom Hearts.
I'm sure they say his name in Final Fantasy X.
No, they don't.
They don't?
No, they don't. Because you can name him.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's the only name they don't say.
That's so weird.
They always refer to him as not his name. Okay, LJN's pretty bad too. Even in 10-2, they never reference his name, even though they talk about him all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, Matt is giving the people what they want, new content.
We're here. All right, it's time. All right.
He doesn't have ether.
Oh no. Well, good thing. It won't matter.
Bombos, okay.
Something has got to be over here.
It's got to be like Bombos or the Fire Rod or... Yeah, we can check this one chest, can't we?
Oh yeah.
The singular chest and the 2 in the Super Bunny Cave.
Uh-oh. Alright, Frostbite grabbing the myths. Has even more stuff he can go do now.
Alright, please.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright. Fire Rod. That opens up, what? Mothula? Is that it?
Mothula and Ice Palace, I think.
Oh yeah, ice, of course. It's very easy to forget about ice.
Yeah.
We'll see if he decides to go grab the half magic as well. Nope. Gonna go to Spike Cave. Whew. We did it, folks.
We did it. We got through that rough patch. Oh, it's gonna be close. Well, it would have been close if they didn't pull out the invincible items. Alright, well, I guess that means that Matt's potentially gonna get a lead at some point, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, Killer App is almost done with Pod, and they did Eastern, so I don't think they're gonna have anything else left but to go up Death Mountain. Whereas Matt will have to do that horrible mire, at least.
Oh yeah, the big key in Mire was definitely not in a fun spot, so that could be pretty time consuming. Or no, but yeah, it was the big key. Matt deciding to take the chance on Montula first before hitting an Ice Palace, which I think is just great. Because heck, Ice Palace.
I thought Ice Palace was your favorite dungeon, Recon.
Did you hear that from someone?
I heard that.
Who said that?
Me.
I wouldn't trust that guy. Killer App defeats someone, picks up the item, isn't even waiting on the pin, and we are out of here. Dude, Killer App has, you can look at the top left of the screen, he's got his input on. He was going nuts.
I can hear it. Can't blame him. He hit all the right notes early, so it really sucks to feel like you're doing really well and then you get stuck in this bog.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
all that lead that I had is just gone now.
It's a big load of crap, is what it was. But on the right track now, because there's no more wrong tracks left, really.
Yeah, it's hard to make a bad decision when you use all of your decisions. One of them's got to be right, or there's like a bug.
Yeah, put on the bug reports. Seed was bad. Please fix.
Well, speaking of bugs, we're about to drop into Mothula.
Hey, nice segue. Don't spin with the gold sword. Oh, he was trying the dash. Okay.
Don't spin. You'll get dizzy.
It also wouldn't have done any damage, but that's another cost.
Oh no.
That's fine.
We're
Had to
going
do
to
it
Ice
anyway.
Palace.
Yep, ice time.
But we don't have... Does Matt have the king?
Ooh. Well, it's definitely not lit up on the tracker we can see. Pause the game, would you?
I think
No,
they're
he's
going to
going back
pause. No, okay.
Oh,
Oh, there
great.
was no item there.
Right. No, he doesn't have the cane from the front of Skullwoods, so he's searching for the second item.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
Well,
gotcha.
that makes a ton of sense. Alright, well... Once Matt gets that Canis Maria, Ice Palace is next on the menu. And that'll have something for sure. Better.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have nothing.
Where is our answer if it has nothing?
The Pyramid Fairy.
Yep. Yeah, it's a possibility.
We'll see.
What a video game.
I mean, if that happens, I'm gonna be checking the back of the link to the pass box today. Is this made by Titus? I'm like, thought this was a Nintendo game, not a Titus game.
I'm looking up Titus on Wikipedia to see their games they released.
I feel like I've heard the name, so I probably know at least one, but I can't think of...
Titus Interactive. Oh, they made a bunch of crap.
They made a bunch of crap.
Yeah, they did. I should probably be watching this video game, shouldn't I? Hey, Killer F's going to Ice Palace. Sweet. This is the place to be. Okay, I see a good game on here. Titus made Worms World Party,
Okay.
which was a good game.
However, I'm also noticing that they made Superman 64.
Okay. They also did Xena Warrior Princess. I think that's the one for PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I think you've played that, haven't you?
I have played that, yes. Funny you should remember that. That is definitely a game I have played.
Well, you don't forget that stuff very easily. Even if you're just watching it.
The last game they made was in 2006. And hopefully that remains their last date.
Well, it lasted a while. Lots of these old developers just sort of vanished.
Oh, they did the Blues Brothers game for the NES, maybe?
Oh, what the?
Oh, Color App going through Ice Palace, the back doorway.
You can do that?
You can do that. It's race legal, believe it or not.
What? Well, that's... Huh.
We've been out of commission for a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. It's been a bit of a hibernation.
Yeah. The Blues Brothers NES game was really fast. It was an exceedingly fast game.
I have never played that or actually seen it.
It's just a janky little platformer. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just really hard to control.
You're describing about 90% of the NES library, I think.
That's true. There's our item in Ice Palace, our hook shot, which should hopefully open up the rest of this. Oh, and there's the second item in the big chest, bombs, meaning we don't have to go to Ice Tea. We go straight to the bomb.
Nice. The less we see of this dungeon, the better. That's what I think every time I play a randomizer.
Yo, they made Evil Zone? Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Evil
Dude, let's
Zone.
just stop streaming A Link to the Past and have an Evil Zone tournament right now.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh.
What's the guy who's voiced by Uncle Ben? What's his name? There's a character that's voiced by like the guy who does Uncle Ben and Ben 10.
I don't know. In Ben 10, you mean Spider-Man?
Spider? No.
Oh.
Isn't that the Uncle in Ben 10? Uncle Ben? Am I crazy?
Ben 10 is like a children's cartoon show.
Yes, it is. But
I've never watched it.
all right, well we're Coke now.
What?
So
Oh.
Ice Palace has a nice cold Coca-Cola for you at the end of the.
Nice.
Probably need one after all that running around.
Had an alien monkey called Spider Monkey? Well, Spider Monkey is just an actual thing. It's not really. I don't get the conversation going on. You might. I don't watch the show. It was a little bit past me.
Okay, it wasn't Uncle Ben, it was Uncle Max.
Uncle Ben was Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. I mean, they're both kind of like superhero shows. You get the family confused. Don't worry about it, it's not important. But the voice actor was in Evil Zone.
Okay, I'm glad that's where we're getting back to.
That's the important thing. Now, if Spider-Man were in Evil Zone, then it would have been the most popular game ever.
They also published Artie Lightfoot. That's another game I played on the Super Nintendo.
I
I
don't
did
think I saw
not have
that.
fun with it.
RT Lightfoot.
Artie, A-R-D-Y, Lightfoot. It was a weird game I played in Mystery Tournament, I think, once.
Nice.
I didn't like it. It was probably fine. It was just really hard to control. Killer App is going into Swamp Palace for the first time.
With the hook
That's
shot.
with hook shot. You beat that as a kid by guessing passwords. That's awesome. Old games had really crummy like password creations.
Now, if you're Killer App, are you just gonna go straight to the boss and just hope? Or are you actually gonna like try and get all the items before?
What's he really still looking for? Just Bombos? Then if it's just Bombos, he's
Bombos.
going straight to the back. Yeah, he's going straight to the back. There's no reason to do left side. Dude, old password systems are hilarious. Okay, not the coolest. The funniest old password system I saw was from some old Flintstones game. Like, it had 4 lines. You didn't input numbers or anything. You just, it was like a wheel of phrases that you had to put in. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you like each. Like, you had 4 inputs you could do, but you had to like spin a wheel to select what phrase you wanted to like Barney has a cool car or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
I see.
That's your passport.
That's weird.
I don't even know if Barney owns a car.
I would assume so. I mean,
He just made Fred drive him everywhere. Though I'm sure he helped out on the engine maintenance.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna drive somebody around in the Flintstones verse, you better believe they're gonna be moving those speed. It's like paying for gas, right? It's like, will you drive me to the Bronto Burger joint? I'll pedal.
I'll pay. I'll pedal, yeah. There's Bombos right there in the back of Swamp Palace.
Ooh,
So that is the last item we need.
Not even gonna check the other chest, just on the off chance for silvers.
Now we are out of here. Now it is only 120 go mode isn't that bad, I guess, but also still 3 dungeons to finish up, so this might end up being a little bit later on the time frame than some of these people might be used to.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of unavoidable. You gotta do some really questionable gambles to get a better time than that. Which, you know, in dailies, people will do. They'll just sometimes go for, like, the craziest possible layout, and if they get unlucky, they'll just, like, tap out. But if you get it right...
Yeah. You either win by 10 minutes or you didn't win at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Muffins, that sounds awesome. I don't think I played that many Sierra games as a kid. I always knew they were kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, my computer back then was not good enough to run Sierra games, usually. I mean, it still had some fun games like Jazz Jackrabbit and the old Duke Nukem.
Yeah. I've never played a Jazz Jackrabbit game.
You haven't played Jazz Rabbit? That's surprising.
I have not played Jazz Rabbit, no. Yeah, I know. I figured you might be surprised about that. No, it's... We'll get there.
We'll get there. I mean, it's kind of like a platformer sort of game.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen
But
it before.
it's like one of those... Yeah. It's like one of those old ones where you're running around the map.
So it's really like a really fast game too.
It's pretty quick.
I'm having fun hanging out. Some people have fought bosses, and I'm sure they had their ups and downs, but I apologize. I didn't really see.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little sidetracked. I think we've hit all the major beats, though. When somebody actually finds a good item.
Yeah, well, I mean, Killer App's he's got them all. Everyone's just kind of going through the motions now that we finally have Fire Rod power.
Yeah.
Did we play Battletoads? I played the original Battletoads a couple times, and I don't remember ever getting very far. I've definitely watched a couple of the Battletoads games before, and speedruns and stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those with like Ninja Guy and of those infamously difficult NES titles.
Oh yeah. Battletoads has some really funky physics to it too during some of the platformer climbing sections. I watched a task of it the other day, and man, it's crazy. Just the silly stuff. I mean, you could say that about most tasks, but especially ones where you can abuse physics like that is pretty funny. Yo, Rinder is going for the pull. He's been up here to read it too.
Well, that's sometimes it's not about anything but sending a message. You gotta let the game know this is not okay.
I'm sure the game has sentience.
They bombed it earlier too, so they are really not happy.
Killer App finishing up Moth and now heading up to Turtle Rock for the last crystal dungeon. It's Frostbite hopping down into the... What's this guy? Cold Stare? The Cold Stare.
Cold stare, yes. Man, it's really been a while for you, hasn't it?
Killer App grab half magic? Nah, probably not. I don't think Killer App will go this way to do.
They didn't even check the chest for silver arrows. I don't think they care about half magic at this point.
Remember when I said that if you're coming up here, maybe if they come up here with Turtle Rock, Gomoting, and the Gold Sword, that they wouldn't go get half magic. It's just too far out of the way at that point.
Yep.
I think that's the exact situation we're finding ourselves in. Matt is a little low on health, little low on magic.
Oh no.
Doesn't have the red mail quite yet, so one hit will be death here from the puffs. Ooh. Just play
Well,
it safe.
just the one.
Ooh.
Should be in the clear.
Yep.
Okay. I always get scared when people spin with the sword to the opposite direction of the puffs.
I think it's just so you don't accidentally poke them. I've had situations like that before where I expect to be somewhere because of the movements I put in, but it's slightly off because I've poked an enemy and I've like not done the few frames of movement I needed to do and just run into something immediately after. That happens a lot in Mario Maker, actually.
Yeah. Would you rather play RD Lightfoot again, or would you rather play 10-1-1 levels?
Oh
in
no!
Mario Maker?
Oh no! I'll play the 1-1s because that means I get to practice it for all the other times.
Yeah. Would you rather play RD Lightfoot or RD Lightfoot in Mario Maker?
Dude, I would totally play that in Mario Maker. I love seeing all the contraptions people come up with. Alright. Chain chop room, but we have the red mail, so whatever, just keep taking damage.
Just give them all the hugs they want. Powder and like 16 hearts, red mail. Let's see. Well, don't really need anything. I don't think silver arrows are on Killer App's mind at all, so
No.
probably just trying to get to the boss fight ASAPly.
Yeah, if he's not worried about like, oh god, what happened to the bunny? Oh my gosh. What the heck was that?
I have no idea. It looked like a skeletal bunny.
Oh no.
I'm not sure how that fits in with the Coke theme.
That sounds awful.
It's an aluminum bunny? Okay, so it's like Coke cans making a bunny. Okay, I understand.
What does that... Okay, sorry for laughing at Killer App. I have no idea what he was trying in that room when he first walked in. He got the perfect pattern of both the bouncing guys coming straight up at him and just walked right into him. I don't know if he was like trying to turn and shoot his fire rod and didn't come out or what. It was just funny to see. Render the puffs also dissipate from but has him in a pretty good spot. Did enough damage to where it wasn't really. What's that shadow of the shelf? You see that?
That's weird, yeah.
I don't remember what causes that.
Nice ice rod. Totally unnecessary, but very cool. I mean, I guess his name is Frostbite.
Oh, there you go.
So,
It's very on theme.
yeah, gotta work on that branding. You can be just any schmuck who's using like spins, but use those those ice rod strats. Cool.
Okay, Killer might actually die if they get shot off into the pit.
I mean, this is weird because we have the mirror shields. In theory, make it a lot easier. But
No, you gotta use the dash strat to go faster. Pretty low on health, but thankfully
Magic
the laser
powder.
didn't do. Yeah, the laser did actually a little bit less than I thought. I thought the laser still did 2 hearts anyway, but I guess they only do 1 on red. I thought it was gonna get shot, fall into a pit, and then lose all the health, but it worked out.
That would have been unfortunate.
Yeah, got a nice angle when he got shot to not go up or down. Stayed right on the platform.
This should be a very simple boss fight with gold sword. Yeah.
And Matt going up to Turok as well. Frostbite doing it as well, but maybe he hasn't done Myra yet, if the tracker is to be believed. Good phase 2 there from Killer App.
All it takes is those 2 gold sword swipes, though.
It's a bomb refill right before Ganon's Tower.
That's not the worst thing.
Frostbite's going to be checking out Hookshot Cave first. Oh, he doesn't have Samaria. Wait,
What?
he doesn't have Samaria.
Are we sure? Pause your game, please. We need to check.
No, I'm pretty sure he just paused and didn't have it.
Huh.
It just didn't register in my head until like just that moment. That he was right outside Turtle Rock and didn't have
He
Samaria.
cleared Skull Woods. That's an oh yeah. I don't think you would leave a knight behind Skull Woods intentionally, but maybe. I mean, Frostbite. Yeah.
Alright, Killer App beat
What
the
is-
first player in Ganon's Tower.
What's Render doing?
It
Is this another glitch that's
sure is. It sure is.
Uh,
You were able to skip the trigger that makes you swim here, and you don't have to drain the water. I don't know any of these new fancy glitches, so I don't
Yeah.
worry about trying to talk about them. Just that they're possible. And allowed, believe it or not.
they're loud.
Allowed.
Oh, A loud, yeah.
They might be loud too, by making you make loud noises while trying to do them.
This is impossible.
Exactly like that.
Grrr. Yeah, well, we're in Gan's Tower. People guess numbers, so we didn't talk about guessing the big key chest. It's a little late now, but
That's fine. They get number guessing in other races.
Yeah.
Decided to go to the right side first, but no luck. Frostbite throwing a bomb at
oh,
the chest.
there we go.
Oh,
Render does it.
Oh, and grabs the bombos. All right. Frostbite is back in Skull Woods. That's good. So it's not like it was completely forgotten about. Bombing every chest that may potentially have the Canis Maria. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one.
Well, we know it's not this one, for sure. Spared the bomb, so...
Oh, luckily kept some bombs through this bomb show.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think if you want to be that close, you need to bonk off the wall to extend the distance.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, the double. There we go. Now it has no bombs. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
I think...
you don't need any to get through Turtle Rock if you have the boots.
Unless you want to check them in the cave for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because you might need to check the big chest for the key anyway. Not that I think you needed to in this situation.
Well, there's the big key, and Quake, and bombs.
Oh, Frostbite has forfeit from the race. Will not be finishing.
Wow.
Wasn't too pleased with finding Samaria like that. Probably clearing the rest of the game didn't help either. But I also think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I think so.
It was really hard to make the plays when everything else just seemed really convenient.
Especially with the fire rod being where it was.
Yeah, Pot and Eastern were just way too attractive not to do, and indeed everyone did. But that's okay. Sometimes the game just kind of gets the best of you, and there's really not much you could have done to prevent it. It's just how randomizer goes.
And that's variance for you. Sometimes it's your friend, sometimes it's your worst enemy.
Yeah. I don't think it should be like a reflection of personal skill or anything like that. It's just sometimes it goes down the crapper, and there's nothing you can do about that. It happens to everyone. You just gotta keep at it. Keep on keeping on, and you will succeed someday. Oh, yeah, it happens. Don't worry about it. Everyone did the Pod Eastern. And had a really almost near last location of that fire rod.
Yeah. Felt pretty unavoidable.
Alright. Matt has finished up Shrine X. Killer App is going up Gannett's Tower on Lamwell 2 right now. Furiously swinging that gold sword.
This is the real strat for this room.
It is. Just go nuts.
Just bonk him. Matt heading in now. Surrender tries to find that very annoying big key.
Yeah.
Even in Ambrosia, you're full clear in mire.
Matt going straight left here without checking the two on the right first. It's a little concerning what the in route's going to be. I know some people will go left first and just do the Stolfo stream before mirroring going right. That's definitely not going to work out in this case.
Yeah, that's the major downside of this particular route is if there's something in the rando room.
Yep. And
Get
unfortunately,
punished hard. We'll see.
Sorry,
We're going.
my alarm went off. I don't know if that came through the mic at all.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Then never mind. There was no alarm.
Glad you figured that out. I mean, full left side is like one of the oldest routes in Gainstar, right? This was
Yeah.
like really, really popular way back then.
I feel like the base thing nowadays is the 2 on the right, then full left, and then right. Or at least that's what I do. So that's why I think it to be normal. I don't know if it actually is.
No, I think that's the standard now. It's just 2 on the right and then head left. Not to say that the other ones are super uncommon, but that's when you see the most, I feel. Alright, Aghanim 2. Gets a big fat 0 for the first one. That's okay, though. Oh.
We're on the board.
We're on the board. We're getting there. I mean, at this point,
you can do it. You can do it, Killer Owl. I believe in you. Get
Killer
up.
App just wants to be done with this.
Yeah.
They're not trying to profit. They're just like, please die, so I can just go get lunch or something.
That was a really unfortunate blue ball right there. Oh. I have these days too. It's so bad. I've had these days. It's not the best feeling.
Please let it end.
Look at these unfortunate blue balls.
I mean, I feel them. This is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I've definitely had seeds like this where I just want to be done. I don't care about doing Aga optimally. I want to be done. And the Aga just does not cooperate. But we're done with them now, so. We don't have silvers though for Ganon, so. It's not really that big a deal with Gold Sword. And Silverless isn't really that tricky. It's a lot less quick than us than with Silvers.
Oh hey, Vitreous died.
Vitreous did die.
Alright, Gold Sword making quick work of Ganon's phase 1 and 2. Just 6 slashes is all you need to push those.
I mean, you only need 6, but why stop there?
Oh yeah, you can go nuts. At this point, if you're feeling angry enough with the seed, you might as well just take it out on Ganon.
Definitely what I prefer to do. Did you know the arrows are in Turtle Rock?
Were they in the big chest?
That would be hilarious. I guess they were in Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I don't know how much of Laser Bridge everyone checked. I would assume Killer App just found the small key and went.
Yeah, they did 2, and they're like, nah, I'm done. But they also did have like low health, so I wonder if they would have checked those. I'm gonna say not, considering that they skipped the chest in Swamp Palace that was right next to the Bombos.
Yeah, I can't imagine Killer App would have checked that. I wasn't sure what Matt would do. We'll see what Professor Render. Oop, a little too early there. What Render decides to do. Ooh, that one was a little scary.
Well, we should be good, but we are running a little low on magic.
Yeah. He seems confident enough that it's going to be over soon. I haven't been counting myself. Oh, there's one more.
Yeah, there we go. So we got in our bottles for bees this entire time. The last thing you want to do is, you know, make a mistake on the last phase again and just run out of magic and you can't finish the fight. After this seed.
Despite everything in going the wrong way, despite whatever that Aghanim 2 was, Killer App has finished in first place.
That was the
Yeah.
first place finish?
It really was.
Wow. Well, GG. Good job.
How many players were in this race? That's a great question. 5. You're seeing 4
Oh.
of them right now.
Well, okay.
Well, 3. Sorry, guys, for forfeiting on that one. But
Oh, hello.
I was not feeling that great after last locating like I think 5 different things in that seed. So
It was definitely easily possible to do that. It's definitely not your fault or anything like that. It's just kind of the way it fell out.
yeah, I feel like a couple of them were my fault. The Moon Pearl, because like I was at like 400 rupees and I didn't want to go up to Zora without enough money to buy it, which of course isn't something I would normally do, but for some reason I got that stuck in my head and I got it super late. And then leaving the cane behind, like I felt like that was an obvious risky gamble at that point, but I'd last located the mitts and then I last located the hook shot, other than like 1 or 2 off spots. So I figured I got to do something. And then when the cane ended up being there, like I just wanted to make sure it was there and ensure that I hadn't actually like messed up tracking wise or otherwise, and then I wasn't gonna finish it out. I mean, I can't imagine I wasn't in last place by a significant margin at that point. Not that I really care about it, but like I also have this theory that when you're like super irritated at the game, I don't need the practice doing GT really. I don't have to just play when I'm angry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. I been on the fence many times of, man, I could just stop playing right now and it wouldn't change anything. I have just had it with it.
Exactly. But anyways, I'm gonna pop out. Thanks for having me on Restream, and I'm sure it was an awesome com with you two on there. And GG's to K.
Hey,
Yeah.
GG's. Sorry, I played
Anyway.
so well, only the almost last location fire rod, but it was fun.
Had to go barf a bit after that seed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it felt pretty unavoidable, because otherwise, what's your option? You go up Turtle Rock for like 3 items.
Yeah,
max?
three checks. Yeah, that's why. And I had all of Dark Hyrule access to me getting those mitts from Catfish. The one time I have a good route to get the Catfish in, it has the mitts.
You were by far the first person to get the mitts out of Catfish, but
Yeah, I tried to avoid Pod Eastern as long as I could, but it just spots kept dwindling down. Like, something's probably got to be there, probably Pod or something. But
yeah,
I figured you were getting frustrated because you did have a really good route early, and then you fell in the same trap that everybody on the restream did, which was doing
Yeah.
Eastern Palace and Pod. And
yeah, that early bow, you can't really help it.
yeah, that's really funny that the bow was just so early and it didn't unlock anything. There was nothing in Eastern Pod. That's pretty crazy. I think I definitely would have done the same thing with the bow as early as it was. I would have definitely gone to both those locations. We'll try not to mention the Aghanim 2.
I just haven't had that pattern in a while, and it seems whenever I have an Agate 2, it always is along the wall, so I can't get a good lineup of the 3, and it's but whatever.
yeah, I figured you just wanted to be done with it. You didn't really care about having the perfect Aga fight. Just
Yeah.
wanted him to die.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward seed. The hint really helped. It helped to get progression there early on in Dark World.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. When you found the mitts in Desert Palace, or rather the glove in Desert Palace, you saved and quit immediately. Did you mean to do that, or you just?
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. Like, I immediately saved and quit. Like, immediately thought boots.
Yeah.
Didn't realize I could have finished the dungeon, but it didn't. It actually helped because land mode didn't have anything, or it had a bottle, but didn't.
Yeah. Ended up working out nicely since you could just.
Yeah, do it after Meyer. Yeah.
Alright, and Matt, the Ogre, has finished in second place. Taking down Ganon, and Professor Render has taking a dive. We are done. Everyone's done. There's no Zelda. Everyone just gave up on this dumb seed.
Hardly could blame them, you know. You see Ganon's tower in every race. You don't really have to see it this time. You don't want to do it if you don't have to. But yeah,
Right.
so that's...
Hello, Professor.
All right, this is why I don't play this game anymore.
Let it all out. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I don't know what happened. And as soon as you see that the powder leads to the book that leads to your Dark World access in French Vanilla Desert Palace, you know right away then there's going to be some insanity.
I'm more surprised that no one did Aghanim.
I was honestly just about like I had a split second thought, oh man, I got the Lamper, I'm gonna go do Aghanim, but it's like, well, I'm here with the book, might as well go in and check because at least see if it's boot locked and whatever.
I saw you pull up the save and quit menu after getting it. Like,
Yeah.
He's thinking.
I thought about it there for a split second.
Yeah, and because of this, and I knew right away I was gonna be losing this. I figured I'd take the time to mess with the chats, of course. That's exactly what I do because I mean, I said I pulled the pedestal. I tried to go for the pedestal. Nope, back down, bomb it, and just say, hey. I bomb it again after I check the ped. I'm like, hey, this is why ped is always dead until proven otherwise. And then I go for the ped. As I'm finishing out my seed, I'm like, you know what? I figured, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna pull this pedestal because just to at least make the chat a little bit happy, you know. And then just give it proper ether tablet and an extra bombing because again, just to reinforce my point, pedestal's always dead until proven otherwise.
I don't know if anything makes chat happy, really. So.
It's chat, it's Twitch, it's Speed Gaming ALTTPR chat. What did you expect?
I don't know. We were having a pretty nice conversation about bad old games.
Well, like Mega Man DOS bad.
What? That game's just fine.
But anyway, aside from that though, this C was just straight up weird. I'll be honest, this one was just straight weird. Part of me thinks that the game really wanted you to go all in these weird spots, and ultimately my routing was just weird as well. Because I mean, it made me think, what is this? Like, what am I even playing anymore? I just didn't care at that point. I was just gonna have a lot of most fun I had. Samari on the bait chest of Skull Woods. Okay, that's cool. And then after 3 failed diver downs, I just see bombos and I'm like, okay, okay, cool. And then I see the hook shot in there, like, oh, finally. in Ice Palace, I'm like, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a weird seed all the way through, and I'm pretty sure that my screen right now says it completely says it. Like, what the heck?
The fire application was really unfortunate. What do everybody doing? Pod and Eastern Palace, which had nothing of value in it. So
yeah, and that was just even worse because fire, all the dependent locations just straight up didn't have anything. If you don't count Thieves Town as as the most important location of all. At this point, I don't care if GT had Mickey on Torch or Tower Room, I just said like, this is why I don't play this game anymore. I don't commentate this game, but I don't actually play it because this happens.
Just a normal rando room today for the big queso. Nothing too punishing after all that. Thankfully.
Yeah. I mean that's to be expected. And if I was ever gonna go up GT anyway, I would bomb Moldorm 2 and fire on it anyway.
Well, we do appreciate all you guys playing anyway, and giving us something to talk about. It was interesting for quite a while. We had a lot of fun commentating it, I think. Mikon, do you agree?
I mean, if you I can imagine you guys having a time of your life when you guys were commentating this admittedly train wreck of a seed.
Oh, that's fine. We had a lot of downtime because Pod Eastern and looking for the last location is something everyone did at the same time. So we had like a nice 20-minute stretcher show or so where there wasn't a lot going on, but we had fun. It was good.
Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna play something else. That's probably not ALTTP or maybe Final Fantasy 1, but still. All right, take it easy.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm out as well. Thanks for the commentators and thanks for directing and everything in the restream. I'll catch you guys later.
GG. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
All right, Mikon. Well, I guess that's that.
Is that it? Should we keep talking to the end of the credits, or does that matter?
I don't know. If you start asking me trivia again, I'm out here though.
Oh, I don't have another one. I should have. Oh my gosh, I had all the time in the world to think about one, and I didn't. Is there an after credit scene? Yeah, like a movie. Some movies, anyway.
If you get the true ending, anyway.
We didn't 100% on prod mode.
But yeah, that was an interesting one. I learned some new things, some new glitches, and yeah, just a good old time. So thank you, Mikon, for inviting me to do this today.
Yeah, I had fun. If you want more, a link to the past randomizer. I don't know what's going on with the tournament races and such, but I do know that later tonight, the second daily is going to be just an open mode race. It looks like at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want more Zelda, or if you maybe want to play, you've got a little bit of time to get things set up and come race with us.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah, that's all. Have a good day, everyone.
I'll see you guys later.